Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the BetterPress Babes Live night, or what is it? Babes
Babes
Night.
night out.
We are so excited to have you guys back for a Babes Night Out. This is our 6th month. So we're
Yay.
celebrating 6 months in a row. That is a record. Yay!
It is.
We are so excited. Thank you, Danielle. My favorite way to spend a crafty Friday night. That is so
Oh,
sweet.
it's raining
Thank
here too.
Well, we want to welcome you back. Tonight we have LDRS Creative sponsoring us generously. 2 winners will be receiving $30 gift cards. So make sure you stick around. We will be giving you the information on that here towards the end of the video on how to enter to win those gift cards. We are both playing with the summer release, the new release from LDRS Creative. We each have some of the products from the release, and we have some fun projects for you tonight. We're each doing something a little different with the products, and we have some exciting cards to make.
Yes, we do.
Yes. So I'm going to switch the cameras, and we will show our products to you.
Okay.
Okay, let me see. I'm not going to give you a sneaky peeky of what Justine is playing with. So let me just put those aside. This one here is Corner Meadow. And this one has a corner press plate and a sentiment. Sentiment says, sending hugs and happy thoughts. Now, these 2 products here will be coming out in videos from me. So I won't play with these tonight, but, well, we might on this one if there's time.
Those are so pretty.
Yes. So that's Corner Meadow, but you will see that in an upcoming video. So make sure you like and subscribe.
Of course.
And then this one is Wallflower. And I have to say, this is some gorgeousness right here.
It so is.
Just love this. I've seen some of the makers create with this, and it is gorgeous. Pressed out. I haven't seen this one glimmered. I bet you it would be gorgeous glimmered too. So that is just beautiful. But that is Wallflower. Here it is colored up in the example.
Sorry to read that, Thomas.
Let's see here. And then the products I'm going to be using tonight. Oh, Thomas, I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope this helps cheer you up a little bit, though.
Totally.
I'm going to be using Delicate Stems, which is this gorgeous floral. And it has a beautiful sentiment as well. That's one thing I love about LDRS Creative is their sentiments are always stunning. And they're never just the typical. They're always classy. This one is Have a Beautiful Day. And it has stencils. So we're going to be playing with the stencils on Glimmer. And I'm going to be using the Dip and Dab ink pouncers. So we're going to be playing with that. So Justine, what are you going to be doing?
Well, first, Alicia Key, sorry. She said, I get confused about which hot plates can be pressed or vice versa. So just as like a PSA,
Okay.
the press plates can be pressed and glimmered, but the glimmer plates, Spellbinders and other companies that have them do not recommend flipping that around. So glimmer plates should not be pressed because it can damage the warranty on the machine. But, if you're going to be crazy in your craft room, that's up to you. So just a PSA. And welcome everyone, by the way. So I have a couple things from LDRS. Angie was so sweet to send over some fun stuff. So I have the Braided Waves press plate, which I'm using right here. And I have some big plans for this little lady today. And I also have the Wildflower Wreath. And that's my second card if time allows. And I will be showing you some more things that I've made in the last couple days because I've been having fun with some LDRS stuff. So there you go. And I kept getting a couple questions either on Facebook or I think it was a YouTube comment too, but like what does LDRS stand for? So Melanie, did you want to address that? Even though I know what it is, but it's your channel.
Back when I originally started with LDRS, I was on their design team. I think it was 2014 to 2017. I was on both their design team and their HSN team. And it was Little Darlings rubber stamps. So that's where LDRS came from. And then it evolved into a lot more than just stamps. So I believe, I'm not
Stamps
sure.
And more.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was the reasoning for the rebranding, but then it became LDRS Creative. So that's where we're at.
If you're wondering what in the world am I doing, I saw a really cool technique done. I actually saw it on the Spellbinders Instagram. I'm going to quick grab that so I can credit the person who I saw it from. But this person, what was it?
Was it Nikki Hartz? That might have been it. But go ahead.
Well, yeah. So Alicia says masking, kind of. I don't know if that's like the legitimate term for it or what, but masking plus press plate. It looks like it's what it says here, but it says, yeah, Nikki Hart's cards. So credit to her and I think Spellbinders and Altenew, because on the post it looks like it says content from both of those companies too. So we'll just say that just to be safe. But putting a panel down, masking over, I'm kind of doing it my own way, so whatever. But I have my press paper here all set. I have it very lightly taped on the bottom edge here and the top corner. I probably will cut this down for a panel, just so you know. And then I am going to do some ink blending here. I'll take this off before I press, so just thought I'd mention that before I keep going. So welcome everyone. I know we haven't said like hello and specific names, but hello everyone who has joined.
Yes, hello.
I love that you're saying where you're from. That's so fun.
My foil machine is warming up, if anyone is wondering.
That's kind of nice sometimes.
Yeah.
I use Mulberry, Garnet, Taffy, and Thunder on my first card here. But I'm going to kind of work quickly so everything stays nice and juicy. So,
you know, I'm watching you.
Oops. And I'm starting with the dark, which I should be starting with the lightest one. Already breaking the rules. Starting with Taffy. Here we go. And I'm just putting this on. This is my first time using this press plate specifically. I really like the design of it. So I was super excited and I wanted to save it for our event tonight. Ooh, that is super juicy. I just re-inked all of my inks for my BetterPress inks.
For the hot foiling, oops, I'm putting shiny side down to the press plate.
Mm-hmm.
It is completely heated. And my paper, I'm using hammer mill. 100 pounds, I believe. And then I'm going to run this through my Platinum 6.
Welcome. I know the sound is kind of funny when I'm inking. It's like a press and pounce, as people say. So, sorry.
Pounce and pivot. Pounce and pivot.
Pounce and pivot. That's the right word. Okay, before I run it through my press, I am going to take this off because I do want the press plate to leave its texture on the white area here. And side note, I'm going to show you in a second of why I had to do it a specific way because I did test this out already and had a little oops. So I'm hoping that this works. I just looked up and saw your glimmer.
Glimmer!
So pretty.
Glimmer.
I love that one. I've been looking at so many people's Instagram posts with that one and thinking, I need that one now.
Well, just so everybody knows, I did put it up on the screen, but you do have access to my 15% discount with LDRS using my code Melanie15. That's every time you shop. It isn't a one-time offer, so feel free to use that and let your friends know about it as well.
Always good to have a code. Okay, I'm going to grab my sentiment, which I seem to have lost. There it is, hiding. So I am just going to use the grid lines on my BetterPress Platin here just to kind of eyeball where I want my sentiment. And I'm using the sentiment that's from the Wildflower Wreath. Kind of getting my bang for my buck. So I'm going to set it right on top and then grab my, this is from my glimmer machine, but it's magnetized so it'll work. I'm just going to kind of hover it over and then snake my plate out like that. And then I will just try to set it down straight-ish, whatever, that'll work. And then I'll just kind of line it up a little bit better. It either has to be super wonky or straight. I don't know. I think we'll just go super wonky and lean into it. Why not? And then I'll go in with Thunder. Ooh, you have some pretty inks there. What colors are you using?
I have the LDRS hybrid inks in pink Tutti Frutti, Kiss Me Red, Key Lime Pie, and 4 Leaf. And I'm using my Dip and Dab daubers for ink pouncers. And
fun.
I've added little enamel dots to the top just so I know which one is which. And they each come in a case, so you can have a little
Christy,
to keep them in.
Christy just asked again, what does LDRS mean? It means little darling stamps. Sorry, little darling rubber stamps.
Or it did, yeah. But that's what it did stand for originally.
Yep. So there we go with my sentiment. I like the way it turned out. It's a little low, but I think I'm going to maybe add some ribbon or something and kind of make up for that. But that's kind of the idea. And I like that I can still see the texture of the press plate.
That dry press, yeah.
Yeah.
I love doing that. I mean, just having dry and press somewhere, you know, on your card.
Christy said, my brain read it as lady doctors. I cannot relate to that more. My brain's a little different, and yeah, having dyslexia, I have issues like that sometimes as well, so I relate. Anyway, that was my first press card. Love that. I will show you my first one that I made. I used the, what is this, Mixed Tulips, I think it's called, from LDRS as well. And you can see here, I'm going to hold it really close so you can see with this little area right here, I had a tape roll right there. So when it ran through my BetterPress, it pressed extra hard right there. It acted as like a little shim, and it did pick up some of the old ink that I had on my press plate. But otherwise, I think the card looks super pretty as it is, and I don't know, maybe I can put some embellishments around there and just kind of hide it.
I think you can, yeah.
I don't hate it. I love the way it turned out, and I love this press plate. This is, I think, one of my all-time favorite press plates from any company. So
I have that one. Since you had the other samples in our other live, I went ahead and yeah, I love that.
Oh, it's so good. I love it.
I
Okay.
am using an Altenew sticky mat to hold my paper, but I am going to still protect my background of my actual paper so I don't accidentally pounce on it.
Cleaning up some ink here with the LDRS Extreme Clean. It's my favorite cleaner for BetterPress. I still can't believe how good it is.
Yeah. I'm going to pounce this really lightly in the pink up along the top of this flower to give us a light pink highlight.
Thank you, Alicia. And Sue, Christy says, the dry press being kind of embossing, does it fade over time?
No, I don't believe so.
I don't think so either, especially because the paper I just used was the BetterPress paper. And I've been BetterPressing for a little over a year now. And I still have some of my first projects, and they still have all the texture and loveliness after a year. So I haven't done a lot of dry pressing, so I can't talk about that, I guess. But
it's
pressing in general,
yeah,
it's been pretty good. Okay. Of course, when you clean it, it does stain a little, especially since I just used some red tones with the mulberry, garnet, and taffy. But it's pretty clean.
These pouncers are great for stenciling, and when you go real lightly, you can get them to blend right where the colors meet. And I just love the effects you can get with them. And most of the time, I'm just going straight down. When I get to the blend, I might just kind of lightly do this effect. And it just helps that little area blend right there. And then you get the lighter and the darker. And I love having lights and darks and not just one color when I'm
I totally agree. The paper I'm using next is from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to put it on camera so you can see what it is. So if you're interested, you could maybe like screenshot it or something, but it's a watercolor cardstock pack, 110 pounds. It had 5 designs of watercolor-ish themed paper. It is stunning, amazing, wonderful. So worth $11 or $10.99. Just saying. I got it yesterday and I've been using it like crazy. So I'm going to do a new method for pressing that I haven't done before, but I've seen many people do it online. But it's the hinge method for pressing. I've done the hinge method a lot for foiling, but I've always watched people do this, so I don't know how this is going to go. We'll see.
Now, I might be crafting slow, guys, because I'm going to be watching her.
We'll see if this works out.
Y'all, isn't it?
I just have one single piece of tape, so I'm putting a lot of faith in that little piece of tape.
You're teaching me, girl.
Might as well try it with friends, right?
Absolutely. That's why we craft together.
Crafting life together.
Yep. Craft life together.
Okay. Close my panel. And these papers look so cool. They look like I spent an hour making a perfect blend watercolor background with splatter and, gotten all sorts of artsy fartsy, and I did none of that. So
people are going to be saying,
I like doing that.
Back.
I did not. Hi, Frances. I'm glad you could join. Frances, I haven't had a chance to write back to you for the size of the card bases and such, but I can answer tonight. It turned out. Look at that.
Ooh.
Oh, look at this press plate. This looks so cool. Okay, it's a little bit nerve-wracking because I don't know how the ink dries with this paper because this is not So it's like semi-glossy. That is so cool. I love it.
Wow. That is
I
awesome.
did get a little bit of like weirdness right here. I don't know. That's probably from using the flop down hinge method, but I like it.
Where did you hear about that method? That's really cool.
Well, that's how I do all of my glimmering.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I was like, well, let's try it with BetterPress. And I've seen a lot of people do that on Instagram. I watch Instagram reels
Cool.
a lot. So
Yeah.
I don't even know. Somebody.
Thank you, Catherine. Okay.
Okay.
Stop watching Justine and get it done.
Yeah. Get to work. I'm going to do it again with a couple more backgrounds since I have it
was so
out in black.
relaxing. You just get lost in this. And you can go like as light or as dark as you want to. It's just so much fun.
Okay, I'm going to press this one and then I'll talk about the whole cutting things down thing too. We might as well just talk at the same time. So with cards, I like to do a little border. Melanie likes the skinny borders too, but kind of the card like recipe, if you will, that I like is taking a quarter of an inch off all the sides. So I'll just show you here. So for this one, let me just wait till I finish my card before we get all crazy with ink. It's coming. Thank you, Lisa. Lisa, you're so sweet. We'll do this one with black too. I love the big black ink pad for press plates like this. Oh, Melanie, that looks so cool.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, I'm totally distracted. Oh, Francis said he got his caboodle. Woohoo! Thank you, Sue. All right. I wasn't totally sold on the whole hinge method thing. I mean, it worked, but I feel like that smudging that I showed you, I feel like that kind of came from that. So I'm probably not going to do that very often, if I'm just being real with you.
You get more control about having it taped to the
Yeah,
plate.
totally.
Yeah.
Love that. This is such a fun and easy background. Wow. There's that Minnesota accent coming out again. Wow. Oh, fun. Definitely is a little bit, it looks wet after all of that. So I don't know if this paper is really absorbing the ink like some of the thicker cardstocks would, but that's okay.
Now, with this layer, this is the second layer of the stencil, and I'm going to go in true dark with the red, but I'm only going to do where I did dark earlier. I'm not going to do where I did the lighter areas of the pink areas. So I'm going to just control where I'm going and go ahead and just go in darker along this bottom.
Sounds perfect. Catherine says that thanks for repeating the technique. I was totally distracted by Melanie's pouncing.
Bounce, bounce, bounce.
I know, right? But you can always watch the replay again. So if you missed something or
Come
whatnot,
back with us again. That's right.
Yep. And we'll be back at it next month too. When we have, if you're just joining and you've not watched us before, we have 5 other episodes. It sounds like this is number 6. So lots of fun to be had. I feel like I should do a different color with this one. I don't know. I was thinking about using this sentiment, the happy birthday. This is also from LDRS. This is not their new release though. They have the Arches Hello and Arches Celebrate, and I have these. They make these really pretty little sentiment areas. So I was thinking about yellow with this one, but you know, I think we'll just stick with black. I love black, so why not? Melanie, do you want to share about the card retreat that you went on?
Oh, yes. I went to Nashville to the Nashville Craft Retreat. It's an annual retreat hosted by Erin Thompson. Um, she is an alt new educator, and she hosts this retreat every year. And um, there's tons of company sponsors, all different companies that sponsor this event, and it was a blast. If anyone's wondering what I'm doing, just by the way, I missed a little areas and I'm just going to fill the white in. But she held the best retreat ever. It was amazing. Everybody was just so friendly. I went completely by myself. I didn't know anyone except Erin. And
Scary.
yeah, and
I give you credit.
my friend Carrie, who used to be one of the Facebook educators for Heartfelt Creations, happened to be there, so we met for the first time in person. But so we hit it off because we kind of knew each other, but didn't, we had never met in person. But we knew of each other because we were on that team together previously. So we hit it off, but it was just an amazing event, and it's definitely something I want to try to do every year. But I got to take a class by Kelly Taylor, a Copic class, and it was just so much fun. So much fun.
Sounds amazing. So I'd love to go with you next year.
Yes. If anyone is available to go, I will. It's the last weekend in May next year. It's already in the schedules. And if anyone wants to go with me next year, I want to go again.
that might work. It depends on when graduation is, though. Yeah, I'm a teacher, so
yeah, it's like the 29th, 30th, and 31st of May, something like that. So
the day job always, yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I love teaching. But I rather be crafting than sitting in an audience of graduation. But my first round of students is actually graduating soon, which is insane. So I don't know. This year I was just trying not to cry my eyeballs out at every child who was struggling before and now is on honor roll. I'm like, oh my gosh, they grew up so fast. Okay. Enough chatter. Chitter.
Do any of you guys go on retreats like that? Where they're away retreats for, let's say a weekend, or do you guys like retreats like that?
Catherine says, is it always in Nashville?
That one is always in Nashville.
And what age group?
Oh my goodness. Well,
I think
probably? All ages. Yeah, all ages. I personally am 51, and there were people older and younger than me easily. I mean, there were some people probably in their 70s, and there were other age group for teaching. You're a kindergarten teacher.
Kindergarten. But at the time that current round of kids where I was teaching 3rd and 4th grade. So now they're growing. Thomas said, where did you get the cardstock, Justine? So these two I got from Hobby Lobby, and that was the watercolor pack. So it is this one. So if you want to screenshot it, you can. It's called Watercolor 50 Sheets, 110 pound. It has 5 designs on it. And so I took one of each of the designs, and I just cut them down to A2 size, which is 5 1/4 by, or 4.5 by 5. No, 5.5 by 4 1/4. Goodness. And look at all these backgrounds I now have. And I can press, I can stamp, I can die cut. I am loving this paper pack. So totally worth it. I agree, Alicia. Alicia says if I ever teach again, it would have to be the young ones. I know every age has its perks. We'll just say perks. Okay, I'm not loving my color scheme on this one, so I'm just gonna set this off to the side. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do something with this. It needs like a dye or something behind it. But this paper was not from Hobby Lobby. It was the Bristol Smooth cardstock. I always call it the yellow pad. So I'm gonna pull it out of what it looks like. But this is really good for ink blending and oxide blending. So this is what I recommend. Smooth the surface like this. But if you want to get artsy fartsy and make your own watercolor backgrounds, LDRS has really good watercolor paper. I'm going to show you at the end 2 projects I made with the watercolor paper. So that should be nice. Emily says, beautiful flowers, Melanie.
Thank you, ladies.
Okay. I love that you said, the craft retreat had old, young. I think that is so good. We need everybody to be crafting. Old, young, girl, boy, whoever you are, let's craft, because everyone, like, the more the industry has, more people are interested, the more companies are just going to keep making stuff if people are interested. So I love to hear about that. Sorry, little soapbox.
Look at this. Look at this. I could not. Poppy Field.
Oh my gosh, that is so pretty.
Could I have not accidentally matched that?
That is so stunning. I can't even with the blend that you just did on that flower. That is so beautiful.
Thank you.
Holy cow.
And all I did was pounce.
Pounce it up.
Let's see what.
Okay, I'm going to pick out some colors for my matting. Okay. So because I like my paper too much to waste it, I'm going to use some layering nesting dies. These are the arches from LDRS Creative. It is, I think they're just called arches. Yes, hello. It's right on the top. Arches. And I use the smallest one to die cut out this one. And then I'm going to use the second largest to create a little panel. Nope. We'll do the second smallest because I don't want to get rid of my BetterPress background as much as possible. So I'm going to die cut in the middle of both of these panels to save paper because I'm going to use both of these as my layering on the back for these. So if that's confusing, I'm sorry, but just watch and see. I haven't been teaching for like a month now, so my teacher skills are a little
like a bike.
off.
It's like a bike.
Tell me that day 1 of school next year when I'm panicking.
You panic?
Oh, yeah. People are saying that the cardstock matches perfectly, and yes, Melanie did bring that flower completely to life.
Thank you.
Stunning.
Let's see. Okay. See if I can cut this down and not mess it up.
You've got this.
1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh. What happened? Are y'all there?
Yep, I'm just muting myself.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, wait a minute, everything went quiet. Something I wanted to mention that I figured out last night when I was playing, I was doing a little pouncing with a different stamp and color combination. And I figured out that you can actually Copic color on top of hybrid inks. So I found that quite interesting. It was it's something I'm going to do in a video, I think. So stay tuned for that. Let's see. So
That's very good to know.
Yeah, it was really cool. to add. I came in one of them and just added extra details. There is a little, let's see, that looks semi-center. Let's just pray. Let's just pray.
Sometimes it's what you gotta do.
What you gotta do, guys, is what you gotta do. Looks like it's gonna work. So let's go ahead and cut the top first. Eyeball the bottom. Alrighty. So
I just keep getting distracted looking at your poppy flower.
Is there anything else that you guys are interested in seeing in upcoming videos? That's a question I was wanting to ask. Is there anything that you guys have been interested? Thomas, I totally agree with you because I love the LDRS watercolor paper. I will let Paola know about that request. I would also love them to come out with 100-pound paper cardstock. That's something I've requested. I know. We can dream, right? I think I've heard through the grapevine. I don't know if it's really going to happen, but I've heard through the grapevine that maybe eventually we may get some more ink colors. Maybe.
That would be neat.
It could be cool. It could happen.
Okay, I'm just checking to make sure that these are dry. They don't look very wet, so I'm just going to assume that they're dry. If not, I might just cry, but whatever, it's fine. Okay, so this is the whole like cutting down tutorial that Francis was looking for. So Francis, my paper, and anyone else who's curious, this is an A2 panel. So I'm going to cut it down to 4. So I'm taking off 1/4 inch. And then I'm going to cut it down to, right now it's at 5.5. I'm going to take it down 1/4 inch to 5 1/4. And I am going to cut off this side because you see here my press plate did not go all the way down. I didn't have it perfectly lined up, but whatever, it's fine. I'm just going to chop it off anyway. Like so. And then that always will give you a very even border. And if you're really sneaky and you like another layer, you can cut it down, cut it off 1/8 inch and have another skinny border there, and it looks super elegant. So that is an option, but I will reply to the comment as well on that video. So you have it written down of the dimensions, but basically you just take off 1/4 inch all the way around. And to me, I love the layers, so it's kind of a necessity for me. So there's 4 inches and 5 1/4. And my hands, I feel like it's muscle memory at this point just to put it on. And I was actually cutting up some of my full page cardstock not that long ago, and I was watching something on my computer at the same time, and I realized I wasn't looking, and I was just cutting at the length. I know it sounds crazy, but I feel like it's like writing your
LDRS. Welcome.
Yay! Thanks for joining.
We had a request. If you'd like a request, we had a request for some larger watercolor paper. We all love your watercolor paper. So just keep that in the back of your mind. One of your followers would love some, and we would too.
I'm going to sneak in that skinny layer. I'm going to show you what that looks like. I'm going to do it on both because why not? So here's a full sheet of paper.
Thomas, look how quick we made that happen.
Boom. Ask and you shall receive, right? That is exciting.
Wow. We made magic happen.
So on this one, I'm going to get down to 4 1/8. And then on this one, I'm cutting it down to 5 3/4.
Love you.
Oh my goodness, I would not be saying the measurements if someone did not want them, but I'm excited.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, fine. We're doing great on time this time. Look at us go. It's 40 minutes in.
Yay.
Good job, girl. All my chopping here. Chop, chop, chop. I think I'm going to have to do another layer of the arch dies because why not? The arch dies have so many nice layers. Might as well layer it up. So I used what size last time?
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe how good this poppy paper matches the ink from LDRS. Oh my goodness.
Oh, just looking at that makes me want to go watercolor now, just so you know. It looks like you
oh my gosh,
pressed a live flower. It looks real.
And the pound made it so easy.
I am blown away. Unbelievable.
Okay, I need some embellishments.
Welcome. It's better to be late than never, right?
Welcome.
No problem.
We need sparkle. Thank you, Charmin. Okay, where do we want our sparkle? Let's see. Hey, Catherine. Welcome, welcome.
Cover plate backgrounds. You're so right.
What?
LDRS Creative just said I'm the queen of cover plate backgrounds.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
I can't help it. You keep coming out with really good ones.
Yeah. I can't believe you didn't get the flower one too.
I know. I had to limit myself because I've been going nuts in the card world. My craft room's only so big.
What? You didn't get that one? It's like, what? Oh goodness. These with the gold foil is just ooh la la. I don't know what I want though.
That is so stunning. Plus the sentiment, have a beautiful day. You could use that for anything.
I got these little, I have no idea who makes these embellishments. They were part of our swag at the Nashville retreat. We got swag bags and it was so much fun. But yeah, I think I'm just going to go with this.
Amazing. Amazing. Okay. So all the layers, my goodness, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 layers. Okay. So we'll go blue, white, blue, white. Okay. All the layers.
Okay. Now I wanted to talk to you guys about how you're going to be able to enter into the LDRS giveaway.
Yes.
They have offered us 2. They're the most generous company that we've worked with so far. So
true.
Thank you very much, LDRS, for being so generous with us because you guys are the best. And they've given us 2 $30 gift cards to give out. So you guys can get some of this amazing crafty stuff. And so I'm going to give away 1 to one of you guys here on YouTube and 1 to one of you guys who comment on our BetterPress Babes group. Woo-hoo. So after the video goes to replay, once we close the video tonight, it will go immediately to replay. So I want everybody to comment on the replay, and that is your entry here on the YouTube channel. And then make sure to join the BetterPress Babes group. I know most of you are already in there, but the BetterPress Babes group is over on Facebook, and you can I'll have a post in there, and you can go ahead and comment on under that post, and you will be entered in the second $30 giveaway. And I'll probably, when I announce the winners on Monday, I'll announce both winners in the group, and I'll also put a little post in the community section of my Facebook or of my YouTube, so that you guys have that announcement area as well, so everyone knows in both areas both winners. Because last time people didn't know. That is so pretty, Justine. People didn't realize who the YouTube winner was. So sometimes those kind of get lost in translation because YouTube is such a busy place. So I'll make both are announced in the BetterPress Babes group, since that's a smaller community than YouTube. So, but I also want to remind you about the LDRS Creative coupon code. That Melanie 15 coupon code does give you that 15% off every time you order. Everything but clearance items, and special event sales are not discounted, of course. But your new release items and your everyday items are always 15% off when you use that code. So feel free to share that with your friends. And hopefully you have had fun tonight, and you'll like and subscribe to mine and Justine's channel, Stationery by Justine.
And you can use that coupon code many, many times. So it's not like if you use it once, you're good and done. So you can keep getting 15% off forever.
You use it.
I do. I sure do. Now I lost my scissors. I just have to use my little one.
What are you making over there, girlfriend?
Like a duck in a pond over here.
I have some extra cards, but it'll take me longer than 12 minutes to make them. So I'm gonna have a video on Wednesday, and we will make those together on Wednesday. So hopefully you're gonna come back and you're gonna see me on Wednesday and watch my video on Wednesday and craft with me. So I can show you a little bit of what we're going to do on Wednesday if you'd like to see.
Yes, do that as I'm embellishing. I'm using, by the way, One Fine Day embellishments. They are enamel dots from LDRS. They have kind of like late summer, autumn tones. I love this like maroony red.
I get distracted. See?
Sorry. So sorry. But they're nice and short. So like even this big, the beefiest, biggest one is super skinny. So it's not going to add like crazy bulk to the card in either, which I don't think I'm going to use on this one just because it is huge. But I like that the big ones aren't tall. So we don't need tall embellishments all the time.
I know. They mail so well too.
Mm-hmm.
These are the type of backgrounds we're going to make on Wednesday. They're glitter. They've got a shimmer to them. And then we're going to BetterPress these with inks and background plates, and then have fun sentiments on them as well. So I'll show you how to make these. They're so pretty. I don't even think the camera picks it up, but they are so shimmery and pretty. So that's what we'll be doing on Wednesday. If you'd like to come back and see that playtime and craft with me.
Thank you, Lisa. And Alicia says, did everyone click like? So
thank you. Yes.
Great reminder.
Click like. That so helps the algorithm on the YouTube videos. So anytime you watch videos from makers, make sure to click like,
Yes.
because that does, it helps the algorithm and it helps the maker.
Yep. So I won't put this one together on camera here, but you kind of get the gist. I'm going to add some gold DMC floss to this one just for funsies.
Don't you have one finished that has that also?
Yes. Let's see. Where did I put it?
One.
Ooh. So this was the one that I had finished.
Oh my goodness.
I used the peony background from LDRS and that fancy watercolor paper I got at Hobby Lobby to make the background. And then I'd cut out or die cut it out with the arch die that I was just using on these ones. And then I have this sentiment and arch is from LDRS as well. And it's the arches. There's arches hello, which has birthday and a hello. And then there's arches, arches celebrate, I think. Arches celebrate, yep. So this one, I popped this one up with some foam tape. You can kind of see there. But then I wrapped some of that twine around and then I glued the bow on. So I know sometimes you might see people make bows and go, how in the world did you get that tiny little bow just right? Because I put it on after. So just so you know.
Okay, so that purple paper is the paper you got at Hobby Lobby?
Yes.
And you just BetterPressed on top of it?
That's right. That, you can BetterPress on basically any paper.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Sharman said, Justine, what is the purpose of using the cutout arches on the bottom? Is it for strength? Strength. I guess I just wanted layers. I cut out from the background paper just so I could save some paper. It is super strong with I use a thick cardstock for the paper itself. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's plenty of layers there. So it's a hefty card, I will say. But there's this one, and then I had to do some fun watercoloring because I love watercoloring. And I used the LDRS there it goes. I used the LDRS watercolor paper on this one, and I used that pretty arch die. And then I also went a little rogue and used a stamp set from LDRS. I'm going to grab the name of it here. I have it somewhere. All my LDRS stuff together because, keep it in all organized-ish.
Look.
What a joke. I'm not organized. This one's called Tracks and Treads, and it just kind of has some fun kind of mixed media stuff going on. So I did some kind of first, second, third generation stamps, which just means I went to my ink, stamp a few times. So I didn't re-ink after each stamp. I used the one that had handwriting, the one that looks like a little post circle, and then the post wiggly lines, we'll just say. And then I splattered, and I used Altenews watercolor, the metallic watercolor, and it is super shiny.
That's gorgeous.
So I think this was the first time I've actually used the watercolor from them. I think I would just watercolor with their regular set first, which is kind of what I know, and then add the shimmer after, because I feel like it kind of took away some of the lines from that flower. You see how it's kind of just flat a little bit? And it is such a pretty press plate. I don't want to lose any of that. So I think I went a little crazy with the glimmering or the shimmer of the watercolor, but you live and you learn. And then I did a 5x7 clean and simple-ish style card. I don't know how much technically has to be white to be considered a clean and simple card, but this is kind of as clean and simple as I can get here. But this was with the water. Thank you. This is with the wildflower wreath as well, and I BetterPressed it with the different ink color. What did I use? Is that clay? I used clay, and then I pressed it with black ink and just had some fun watercoloring.
The clay almost looks like you used gold.
Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah, it looks like you use like a pigment gold ink. Yeah,
yeah,
it's gorgeous.
Yeah, I love it. I love these, like this flower. It's just so pretty. And it looks kind of like the poppy that you have on your card too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, this one. Yeah.
You could make someone a whole matching set of maybe a couple of the wreaths, a couple of the poppies, and give it as a gift. That would be so sweet.
Oh,
I know people,
maybe some ribbon, and it would be gorgeous.
Yeah, and people don't always like to make cards, but they're great gifts.
You did that one as 5x7, and this one is a 5x7, and people are asking for more 5x7 plates.
Yeah,
they have background plates that are 5x7.
Mm-hmm. To me, this is big enough to stand on its own on a 5x7, and it's also small enough to fit on an A2. So I think it's a great size that they went for here.
Well, hopefully manufacturers are going to start making the background 5x7 plates, because I'm hearing more and more people ask for them.
Yeah, especially people who are not in the U.S.
Yeah, but you could do both then.
Mm-hmm. Right. No. If there's any BetterPress questions, let us know in the comments. We can help out with anything. Sheila says she prefers 5x7. Yeah.
You get the best of both worlds, then you can do, more with them.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I know the expense will be a little bit more, but we get to use more, get more for our money in the long run.
Mm-hmm. That is so true.
Just be listening, LDRS. We have great ideas. Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure if it's going to get sunny tomorrow, but if it's sunny tomorrow, I'll take pretty pictures and pop them on our Facebook group, BetterPress Babes on Facebook. It's open for girls and boys. I know some people are kind of like, what's Babes all about? Babes is just a fun name that starts with a B, and it's for girls and boys. Just saying.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you all coming tonight and being here and supporting us in our journey as the BetterPress Babes.
Yes, we do.
Thank you, LDRS, for supporting us time and time again, and for having these amazing giveaways for our fans. They truly appreciate it as much as we do. We appreciate you sharing the products with us and allowing us to share you with them, and letting us craft with all of you is the best part of this journey. So thank you so much. And yes, Thomas, you are a BetterPress babe.
That's right. Everybody can be one.
Was in here at the beginning saying good luck to all of us. He was the Santa that was in here.
That's right.
If you saw Santa wishing us a good evening, that was my husband, and he is definitely a BetterPress babe.
That's right. I haven't gotten Andrew to do it yet, but I will.
He is definitely a BetterPress babe. And if you look over on my YouTube channel, you will see him in some of my videos.
I love the videos with him.
He is on my channel. So, and I'm trying to talk him into doing it again. He's, we got some Christmas product coming. So
Christmas in July.
Jen, you never know. Thank you again, everybody. We love you guys. Good night.
Thanks for watching.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.